Okay, so this is my next video in the series of me sharing about my non-sacral aligned success experiment. And at this point, it's been a while since I have posted any videos. There are several videos that I did record that I didn't have the time or the energy or the space to create the captions and to actually post them on all the different platforms that I've been sharing this experiment. And I did some traveling, and I've been doing some other things and adjusting to life for the summer without having I guess, in some ways, having those school drop-offs and pickups kind of sets the boundaries a little bit more for how my days go. So without that and having a little bit more fluidity, flexibility in my routine and my schedule. And I've actually taken on a part-time job. I feel like maybe I mentioned that in one of the videos. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to post the other ones that I've recorded where I mention what day of the challenge I was in, or if I might post this one out of sequence so that you understand why there was a big gap in time. If you notice that I didn't post any videos for a while, it's not because I didn't plan to finish. I just needed that time down, the time away from posting, to focus on other things and to really honor my energy, which is the most important thing that I can do as a splenic projector, is honor my energy and not force myself or push myself to do things when my body doesn't want to cooperate, which can sometimes be super frustrating for me. There's so many things that I would have liked to get done in these last couple weeks that I had hoped to do and planned to do that I just wasn't able, didn't have the energy to do the way that I wanted. And that's something that happens to me often. And what's new for me is letting myself pull back and rest and not do when my body is resisting it, when my body is fighting, when the energy is not really there to do it. And that is a really big piece for me in my aligned success experiment, is starting to let myself honor when the energy is not there and not make myself do it anyway, not feel like I need to stick to being consistent. And another thing that I've noticed, and the other things that I've been focusing on while doing this experiment and while not posting, is how much I was approaching these videos in, I don't know, trying to prove to people, I guess, or trying to, let's see if I can find the right words for it. I was so much in the energy of not wanting people to think that I was weird, not wanting people to not understand me and what I'm doing. And as I started to share more about what human design is and what it means to me and what this experiment is, I had more and more people telling me that it didn't make sense to them, that they were confused, or that they really thought I should be approaching my life in a different way. And I realized that so much of what I've shared in social media over the years, what I've attempted to do in my business, and especially in marketing my business, has come from the place of trying to avoid people not understanding or thinking that I'm weird. And in creating what I've created from that energy, and let me finish that sentence before I jump to the next thing. This is part of what happens. My brain is thinking about 10 different things at the same time. So sometimes for me to get out that full thought is challenging because there's another thought that wants to jump in at the same time. But so what I've realized is me approaching, sharing who I am, what I do, the work I do, what I believe in, when it's come from that place, from the motivation of trying to find a way to do it in a way where I can avoid feeling misunderstood or not understood, or being criticized or judged for being weird and being into these weird things, and having people tell me that they don't get it, they don't understand, they don't agree, and they think I'm doing it wrong and I should do it different. And so I've gotten used to a certain group of people having that response, and I started to get comfortable enough to allow those people to have that opinion and have it not affect me, but to have that same opinion start to come from people that I had hoped would be supporters and encouraging, and that I had hoped I'd already gotten to a place where they understood me and what I do enough to not come from that place. It was hard. And I do have a tendency when I've been dealing with that kind of non-supportive energy. Maybe that's a strong way to put it, but that's the way it came out, so I'm going to go with it. My first reaction tends to be to pull back a little bit. And whether or not that's something that I should try to change or try to fix, it is what it is. And right now I'm in this place and in this time of letting myself radically surrender to honoring my energy. And so, you know, this is part of why everything takes longer for me. This is part of why I have these goals, and they're big goals, but even so, even the milestones that I should be reaching, they always seem to take longer than in my mind I think that they should. And then I start to kind of like beat myself up a little bit about that I should have been somewhere different or should have been able to get there faster. And so all of those things that have been kind of under the surface for me have made things harder. And so I think for me in this part so far where I am in this journey, just having the realization of these things that have created more resistance for me along my path, along my journey, all of these places where I've tried to control or tried to find the right way to come across to avoid these things, all of that is not really helpful energy. It's not really aligned energy. It's coming more from a place of fear than a place of just trusting that what I know to be true, what my own inner truth is, and what ultimately I'm meant to share so that I reach the right people. But me trying to avoid the people that I already know are not the right people, right? They're not the people that are meant to acknowledge and invite me to be their guides. They are either people that I care about that have been in my life for a long time, or people that I hoped would become part of my support system, but not the people that I actually need to reach, not the people that I actually need to understand. And in trying to communicate in a way to avoid less than desired responses from those people is keeping me from sharing what actually is my own inner truth, my own inner knowing, in a way to reach the people that I am meant to help. So I'm gonna do my best to change that, to stop letting myself try to be so careful with how I share, and really just let myself show up from that place of trust and surrender and alignment, trusting that that will draw in the right people. And hopefully some of the people that didn't understand, hopefully part of that misunderstanding came from a place of me coming from not fully solid energy and not full confidence in me and what I have to offer. And hopefully as I get better and stronger in showing up as the real authentic me, not the me that's trying to hide something, not the me that's been holding back, not the me that's being too cautious and too careful, hopefully the people that are meant to be my support people and the people that understand me and get me and support me, even if they don't necessarily agree or they still think it's a little bit weird, hopefully when they see me in my full confidence, they'll feel less scared for me. But yeah. All right, that's enough of a ramble for this one. Going forward, I'm going to stop saying which day of the challenge, and I might even stop saying it's going to be a 30-day thing, because I don't know. Maybe I'll get to 30, maybe I'll go way beyond 30. And for now, I'm just going to continue to show up in my most aligned and most powerful inner truth that I can. And with the goal that me sharing this process, because the truth is there really aren't great examples of successful splenic projectors or successful people who approach their career, their work, their businesses with a non-sacral center, with a undefined sacral center, in a way that is in alignment. And it's really easy to default into those conditioned patterns of how we work and how we show up from that place of us trying to overcompensate or make up for, or, you know, fit in with the other sacral people in this world, because it is a sacral world that we live in, and that conditioning is it's intense and it can be hard to overcome. So my hope is that me aligning with this will become a voice that will inspire and empower other people to stay more in their alignment more consistently, and hopefully come back with lots of amazing success stories because of taking that approach. So I hope to share lots more topics that will fit into that. And if you're here at this end of this 11-minute video right now, I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. And if you're one of those people, or you think maybe you're one of those people that comes from that place of being scared for me or not fully understanding, but you have a desire to become one of my support people, I appreciate you, and I welcome your support. And if there's anything I can do to help you to understand more, definitely let me know, because it matters to me. It matters to me what you think, and you helping me to articulate things in a way that makes more sense and makes you feel less scared will help me to share the message that will support other people. So yeah. All right, that's enough for now. I'll see you in the next video.